Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. I'm so happy to be here with you. In this reading, I will be diving into Trump's October. So this will be for Trump Sr., Donald John Trump. And then I will make it, through the other adult children as well, except for Tiffany. But let's start off with Dad. Oof. The thought of him being anybody's dad. But anyway, let's just look at X45 and see how it's going to go for him in October 2021. Okay, let me drop the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm just going to let you hang out with me while I get all the cards upright, and then I will shuffle them and allow for reversals. This is the goofy way I do it. And I thought I could tell you, while I'm not focusing in on Trump yet, I could tell you that I am now offering memberships. So there's 3 tiers, there's 3 levels, but all of them will have ad-free videos. So I'm going to make them just for you guys. We're going to have our own, community. Those who oops, this way. What am I saying? Like, what? Those of you who want to join, just go to, well, you can see it. If you're on a computer, there's a join button. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you just go to, click below the video in the description area, and there's a link. But anyway, at the top level, at the tier level, you can learn tarot the way I read it, and with, the astrological meanings as well. And you can learn Lenormand. I have, I think 13, I have 13 videos in there. 2 on how to get started, and then 11 of the card meanings. And I'm going to get those. I'll get the other to make it through 36 soon. And also I'll be doing expanded decks like the maybe Lenormand and the Ciro Marchetti's expanded edition. But so those are in there, and then eventually, as quickly as I can, I will get in Kipper lessons and then astrology. So if you're interested, go there. I'd love to have you. I'd love to have a special family. My spiritual family. And I know you're all part of my spiritual family already. Okay, so Donald John Trump, what is up for your October 2021? How's it gonna go for you, Mr. Flump? How's it gonna go? Okay, so what I'm going to do is the forces in motion. I'm going to do 4 cards over here for his actions and plans, because we got to keep an eye on him, right? And then 2 cards up here for the karma hanging over him, and then 4 cards over here for his future. And then I may also use the Kipper. And maybe even the deck of character, just because it's so funny. Okay, except for a few times there was, I can't remember who I was reading, who we were reading on with Lisa in my live stream on Sunday that I did for Debbie. I got some really gross cards. I think we were reading on Bannon. Yeah, it was Bannon. Ugh, they were so gross I almost didn't want to show them. I mean, I really didn't want to show them, but I can't be withholding, so. But anyway, back to Flump. Mr. Flump, how's it gonna go? October 2021. Okay, I'm aligning with the forces of love and truth. I only want the truth. Okay. So the forces in motion in his life for this month. 9 of Cups reversed, his biggest challenge. Ooh, victory reversed. Okay. Let me do 4 cards for what he's doing. What are his actions? What are his plans? Wow. Whew. Okay. And then, give me a moment, I'll frame everything in. 2 cards here, karma hanging over him. Wow. Okay. Man. Okay. 4 cards for his future. Man. Okay. All right. Make some room here. Oh, wait, you know what? Before I frame these up, I'm feeling drawn. Oops, those are going to fall off. Okay, there we go. I'm feeling drawn to, oh, here it is. So I want to use just a couple of cards from this deck, Dark Mirror, because I want to see where he is emotionally. I mean, I'm feeling like he's deeply in his dementia, Alzheimer's, but I want to see, because these cards are good at showing whether a person's yet in, what stage of grief, because of course, he's lost bigly. He did the recount in Arizona so that he could, what was it Mimi said? He did the recount so he could re-lose. Yeah, good going, dude. How's he doing? How's he doing on the emotional, on the soul level? What is going on with him? This one and this one right here. Whoa. Okay. So he's in fragmentation and bride in a cage. Ooh, that looks gross. Sorry about the glare there. These are kind of like hauntingly creepy cards. And I have to grab the little book because I think there's no way I could memorize these. And I mean, I don't want to. I had better things to do than take an oracle deck and totally memorize it as if it's the only one I use. So it's at the stage of anger. So he's out of denial then. Well, wait, but let me look at Bride in a Cage. Here we go. This is denial. So he's in between. He's in between the stages of denial and anger. So parts of him are still in denial, and other parts are in rage and anger. Wow. So this one says, tomorrow will be better even if today is hell. Well, I'm thinking he's in his own, personal hell realm there that he created. Whoa. Did we die waiting for the perfect day is what it says, or were we never alive? Going dark, when we put the good of our life just in our expectations, we can dismiss the present. Oh, I know what this is about. Waiting for the dawn we know will arrive. No, you know what this is? This is his thinking that he can just he can put out positivity this is his baloney that he's been, I can't remember that guy he used to, he always went with this guy, I can't remember, from years ago, that says, you just put it out there and you just trust that that's going to be what your reality will be. Well, no, because that's only true. That type of spiritual law works when you're in truth, when you're in reality, when you're in acceptance, when you've done your personal process work. He has not, and which is why he's angry. So he's vacillating between these two stages of like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? I'm putting my positive intentions out into the universe. Why isn't it working? I'm supposed to be in charge. No, you're stuck in the cage. You're stuck in the cage, and nobody wants to be in that cage with you anymore. And then fragmentation, well, Fragmentation, it has to do with an unhealthy ego that is just fragmented all over the place, that is not in alignment with your spirit, that doesn't know how to step aside and be patient and wait and, do the right thing. So this card in this right here is talking about losing a sense of self, a crescendo of noise, of pain, and a prelude to nothingness. Rage projected inward. Well, yeah. Destruction joins confusion and we break. He projects his rage outward too. He's not, he's like the equal opportunity offender, that guy. Okay. Here we go. Let's get back to the tarot. Okay. And future is over here. So I'm going to keep them in a little different group so it's not so distracting. Easier to focus that way. So remember, these four are his actions and plans, or plans and actions. This is his karma hanging over him. This is future. This is what's going on right now. The force is in motion. So with the Nine of Cups reversed, he's in that tricky realm of not getting what he wants. It's all about greed and just having fantasy type of wishes, unrealistic wishes. He's probably in that, like, where's my Roy cone, again, or still. It has to do with self-hatred. This is a card of, because we're in the cups, this is a card of addictions. It's also a card of financial loss. Financial loss. That makes sense, right? Doesn't that make perfect sense? I mean, why wouldn't he be in some type of financial loss with all the lawsuits coming up? And this would be his, tax, insurance, fraud charges that are going to be coming down on him. Sometimes, too, because this card is so much about overindulgence, sometimes this brings in an illness, a physical illness. And with the cups, I would think it has to do with, stomach, intestinal issues. His biggest challenge is that he's not winning. And he's not being seen the way he wants to be seen with the Seven of Wands, okay. Or I'm sorry, Six of Wands, what am I saying? Six of Wands. It's usually a victory card. Upright, it's about being seen and heard and understood, receiving, accolades and fame. But nope, because it's reversed. So no fame anymore. I mean, not the right kind of fame. I would definitely he's seen. He's understood. We know who he is. But I'm thinking that a lot of people are leaving him. I'm just feeling like on a deeper level, he's giving up. But anyway, where's my chopstick? With his, ability to be seen and recognized and the fame he wants and the victory he wants, this has to do with failure. It has to do with a disgrace. It has to do with people who have promised him things are now like, oh, I don't know, dude. You can't pardon me anymore. And you forgot to do a preemptive pardon. And maybe that won't work when it comes to state crimes. You think? Ugh. Okay, so what he's planning, though, he's at a crossroads with the Two of Swords here. He's at a crossroads. He's needing to make a decision, but he can't. He's having trouble. This is a card of denial and blocked emotional, material coming up. Blocked baggage that needs to be faced. Fears that needs to be faced. So I don't think he's got a plan anymore. I don't think he's got a plan. And then with the King of Cups reversed underneath this, well, if it were straight up, I'd say, well, this is Biden coming after him. But especially if it were at the top. But this is him and his plan. So no, I can't say that this is Biden. So I'm definitely getting that it's not. This has to do with his manipulation, his abuse, his cheating. So he's still planning. Well, he's in denial, but he's still trying to cheat, and he's not going to let go of that. Now with the Tower reversed, yikes, dude. He's just refusing. He is not going to let go. He's not going to let go. Also, I don't think he's planning this, but when the Tower comes through reverse, that's my imprisonment card. Oh, wouldn't we love to see him with those handcuffs? Theodore, I know you're out there. I want your vision to come true so bad. I want justice. I want justice for these treasonous traitors. Okay, so with the Seven of Swords reversed, well, he's getting caught. I don't know that he's planning on getting caught or planning on confessing, but if these are his plans, because I was thinking plans and actions, but I forgot to say which column, but now it's clear. These are his plans to still cheat, but he's in denial and he can't decide, and he's at a crossroads and he's stuck until he takes the blinders off, but he's not going to do that. And then if this column is his actions, well, he's going to do his best to not get caught, but he can't get away with it. When this card comes through reverse, Seven of Swords, you do not get away with it. You are caught. And I don't think he's planning on confessing, but I think he may in a weird way, or it could even be one of his sons, because this could be Trump Tower where, everyone's falling from the tower, and Trump Tower itself is literally going down. And his sons, well, both of them, I can't say especially Eric because that's not true, but they both tend to divulge pertinent information at just the right time. Like we don't need a lot of campaign money. We get plenty of money from Russia. Okay, good to know. If only people would have listened, right? Or they probably heard it, but putting those dots together. I mean, how he ever even got in is just beyond me. How he ever got in. I mean, installed by the GOP, who are also in bed with Russia. How else? Enough of them. Not all of them, of course. Maybe there's two. Maybe Liz Cheney and Sarah Kensington. Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. Maybe, or Kensingdor. He's Kensingdor. She's Kensinger. Okay. I always get those two mixed up because I've listened to so many of her podcasts. So anyway, Adam Kensingdor and Liz Cheney, I think, are going to do their best to take him down. And there's lots of, wait, I had some notes. Do I have it somewhere? Here it is. I found this and did a screenshot, and okay. This is cool. So, establishment Republicans who are now out of power are not on board the Trump train. They're quietly backing anti-Trumpers like Representative Cheney. So this is Liz Cheney, of course. So John Boehner and Paul Ryan and Jeb Bush, even Karl Rove. Can you believe that? Karl Rove. They've all donated money to Liz Cheney. And even next month, former President Bush himself will hold a fundraiser for Liz Cheney in Texas. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So this column here, I keep feeling like he's, you know, his actions have led to this place where he can now be imprisoned for treason, for the January 6th insurrection, and he will be caught because of all those subpoenas that have gone out to those four guys. You know, especially the one that I was drawn to. You know, being able to hang him the best is Dan Scavino. And I don't think that Dan Scavino is going to, you know, try and be so loyal because that's the deal. It's like when those things come up, people can be granted immunity for information. But the paperwork's out there. The documents are out there to prove all of their guilt. So that's coming up, you know. So moving forward in time. And this is his month of October. So getting caught, being imprisoned. I would love to see that. Make actions that get him caught and imprison him further. And I don't think he can get away because, you know, he has Secret Service detail on him the whole time. Unless there's some of them that you know, what's that word, like desist or whatever, and take off with him? Who would want to do that? Can you imagine being stuck with that guy? I mean, they've got to see that. I would think by now they're seeing that he's insane. So anyway, okay, the karma that's hanging over him for this month with the King of Swords reversed, this is awful because this is corruption, this is manipulative, this is a guy that just has no, you know, there's just no scruples. There's no more morality at all. And, you know, a lack of integrity. So he's attracting other people who will not be in alignment with him, who will betray him, who will manipulate him best they can, who are also, you know, out of integrity. I don't think this is good at all to have this hanging over a person, right? I mean, it's just like the worst. It's also somebody, so he's attracting somebody hanging over him who's going to get him caught, because this is what he's putting out there, and because of what he's putting out there and has put out there, this is his karma. And I'm sure there's a lot more. All of this could be his karma because we're always creating our karma, our future karma, based on our past actions, right? So we could say all these four cards are karmic as well. So that's just the way it works. Karma is nothing more than the law of cause and effect. So with this King of Swords reversed, there's going to be somebody that he can't trust in his camp. I can't say that this is, I would not say that this is, you know, any law person like Cy Vance Jr. or anyone else, because it's reversed. This is a corrupt, manipulative person who will flip on him and stab him in the back. This is somebody who's even plotting against him. This is like a disruption of his power. Whatever little bit of power he has left with his base, who have mental illness and what other problems, you know, who, I can't imagine what's going on there, but, well, actually I can. I won't talk about that. But, because, you know, we need to send them love. We need to help them get out of that cult type of a situation. And you know, and you don't do it by, I have to retract my words, because you don't do it by putting them down. You do it by understanding and trying to help them get out of the restriction that they're in. And this Eight of Swords is really speaking to that. So the karma that's hanging over him with the Eight of Swords is restriction. And somebody who's maligning against him, colluding and maligning and going to stab him in the back is what I keep hearing. Even though I know that would be the Ten of Swords, but I feel like this is like major Ten of Swords. This could be multiple people who turn against him. in a way that restricts him, and in a way that he can't grift anymore. And he's not seen and heard the way he wants to be. He's lost his, what you could call fame. He's going to be known as being famous for being a treasonous traitor. So let me feel in, is there anything more with this Eight of Swords here? I think he's going to feel isolated and trapped. And he is. This is the karma hanging over him. Hopelessness. Powerlessness. He's going to be dropping into his, oh, you know, they're all against me. You remember, you know, with the Mueller report, it's a witch hunt. Oh, this guy, I swear. So over here with his karma coming in, his future, to have the Knight of Swords coming in, it shows that trouble's coming in, somebody who's going to go after him. It's a card of self-destruction, and of course he has this coming. And this is also somebody who will lie to him. So the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. Wow. So all of this to me spells flippage on, you know, so those four that have been, you know, Kash Patel, who looks like he's frozen like deer in the headlights, just immense shock and trauma in that man. Kash Patel and Dan Scavino and one of the other guys. Oh, I can't even remember their names right now. I should add my list here. But anyway, I know there's two other ones. Is it Meadows? Is it Meadows? And, oh well, you guys will tell me. I know you'll tell me. You always help me. Okay, so yeah, man, this isn't good at all. This is a future in major disappointment, major like being deceived and feeling very insecure. Bad news coming in. You know, the Knights and the Pages can bring in news, but I feel like it's bad news here for him coming through. And then with the Hanged Man reversed, I don't think he's going to be surrendering. I don't think he's going to, I don't feel like this is him, you know, just going with it. I think this has to do with his humiliation. Some news is going to come in, testimony is going to come in, right? We're talking legal. These are legal cards here. That will be very humiliating to him. There's going to be flippage. And then, yeah, wait, there's still something here. Yeah, it's just like major delusion, because we're in the realm of Neptunian, you know, where it's time to surrender to spirit, but no, he's bound, you know, he's bound by the darkness. So yeah, that's not good at all. I think somebody is going to deceive him, and that's going to humiliate him further. When the Hanged Man comes through reverse, it's like being stuck, frozen in time, kind of like very, very stagnant, where there's no getting out of it. You're caught, and there's no getting out of it. There's no moving forward. There's no solution. And you know him, when he gets into his survival mode, he gets very selfish and he rages, and so there's more of that. In fact, wasn't that one of John Woodward's books, like a whole book on rage? It's like, wow. Okay, so moving forward over here with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, man, it's like mediocre, dead end. He's at a dead end. He's just at a dead end. And he's not going to feel passionate about anything because he's going to go into survival mode. And then with the Nine of Swords reversed, he's This again, another card of disgrace. It's like disgrace, 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 disgrace. Drinking, using drugs, medicating, overeating. I've always felt that he drinks when he can't get the drugs in him fast enough. I've always felt he'll just take whatever. And if he didn't, he eventually will, because that's how addiction goes. You just, you go to another one. That's how it works. Use something else. And he definitely has an impulse control disorder. So, of course, he will impulsively go towards something if needed. And that's the force. This card right here is the forces in motion in his life right now. Financial loss and addiction. Not being seen and heard. You're done. He's done. And with this Nine of Swords reversed here is like, our final answer card. He's in a major struggle, major disgrace. He's going to even be, I think, avoiding others. And he's going to need to, face his fears. Best I can do is say, let's pray for him as well, that he gets the healing that he needs. But I have always felt that the healing he needs has to do with, being humiliated. Because I know he has that karma. He did that to his brother Robert for years and years and years when they were kids and growing up. He bullied his own brother Robert. That was one of the main reasons his parents sent him away to military school, because he just couldn't be trusted home alone with the kids. And of course, the mom couldn't handle him anymore. I had this awareness yesterday of he's going to begin this period in his life where it's like the way his family treated his father was they sent him to the office. He had dementia. Fred Sr. had dementia just so badly that, make sure these are upright, yeah, that they couldn't handle having him around the house. And I don't know if they could get the right support and help for him back in those days, but because, that was a long time ago. But what happened was, okay, so I'm going to draw cards for Donald. What happened was they would send him to the office, and the secretary there was, I left my yes and no cards in there. That's okay. Let's just leave it. It's there for a reason. There's Melania. Ooh. Okay. But anyway, they would instruct the secretary. I don't know if it was Rona Graff or whoever it was. No, that wouldn't have been. That was for Donald. One more. And there he is, exiting the reading. Okay. And all of these cards are behind him. So don't pay any attention to this card as being a main character card. Just see it as just a no card. So no gifts, no journey going towards Melania. Okay, next row. But anyway, they would just put papers. This is interesting. Papers or papers on his desk for Fred Sr. to sign, so he could feel like he was getting things done. Okay, Donald. Let's see what else. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit. Yeah, no, I can't fit a third row. I might raise the camera up and then use the deck of character cards. And do 3 rows with that one. Okay. So anyway, I had this flash yesterday that it was going to start being that way for Donald, is like his, whoever's working for him, they'll just start giving him things they'll just start trying to distract him away from his rage and, intolerance of anyone else in his life. And just, you know, whatever they can do. Okay, so the theme here has to do with Melania, and this would be Baron trying to restrict themselves away from him, because everything behind, he's here, and you know, you would go in this direction to see what's in front of him, but he's off the reading, and all of these cards are behind his back, so that means that all of these are read in like the negative connotation. This is considered you know, really bad fortune for him. So the gifts of unexpected money are not going to be there, even though there's, yes, he still wants to do the grift, but the grift isn't going to be happening, because I think he's going to be focusing a lot on Melania, trying to like get her to stay with him or come back and hang out with him. I don't know who this guy is. This would be somebody his age, maybe a little younger, that he's probably trying to get to connect with Melania and try and get her back. Maybe, you know, this guy, he's thinking this guy could help him renegotiate some you know, transactional type of a situation with Melania to get her to hang out with him. Baron is fine. Baron will be fine. And I think Melania is making sure that that happens, because she's up here in control. She's also in control over whether or not she does agree to something. Let's see. His card, Knights to the good outcome over here. So he might have, you know, even though he's restricted, he may actually be locked up, because this is sneaking up behind him. All these cards are sneaking up behind him. Melania wants her and Baron away from him, restricted from him, and he may be going to jail. I don't know if it would happen this month. If it's not this month, this card is all about restriction. It's about being stuck. It has to do with feeling isolated. You know, it's just like those other isolation cards we had. You know, we had the Nine of Swords reversed, and we had remember that we had the Hanged Man reversed. So, you know, and then also on another level, it's because it's behind his back, that brings in the element of secrets. So Melania is keeping new secrets away from him. This is a different meaning besides Baron. Wow. She's keeping secrets from him. And sometimes this card comes through when there's an accident, because she is all he's thinking about. He's emotionally having a hard time. So all those cards before that I got are, you know, confirming what we're getting here. He, of course, in his deception, ruins his reputation, which, you know, we never thought he had any reputation that was any good, but this is going to change the way other people see him as well. And because that's ruined this, you know, because this is a negative card, this is a very negative card. So his honor, reputation is ruined, and that does affect any good outcome for him, and then he's just stewing in, he's going somewhere else. He's not with his family. His family's behind him, and they want away from him. And here he is being punished, being restricted. He's separated. He's separated. Okay, well, that's interesting. Wait. Yeah. Again, here we go. Melania is being dishonest with him. Secrets. Yeah, we didn't really need both of these cards to tell us the same thing, but it's doubly intense right here that she is lying to him. She'll do everything she can to get away from him. She's looking to move, you know, somewhere else. And she's tapping into some supportive older guy. Maybe this is her new boyfriend or old boyfriend. Maybe this guy isn't that old. you know, this is just generally somebody over 40. Somebody who's very supportive and who has made it. So anyway, okay, let's do the deck of character cards just because they're so much fun. They're so much fun. Actually, let me move the camera up. Can I get it up any further without? No, I actually can't. Without, I'd have to move my whole tripod. Yeah, I can't. So I'll just do 2 rows. I didn't really prepare for this the right way, but it's okay. We've done enough with tarot. We did the Dark Mirror. We've done tarot. We've done Kipper. I don't see any reason to do Lenormand when I'm looking for, you know, because he's at that phase in his life where it's dependent. Well, he's always been very dependent on relationships. He's never been out of his dependency, codependency dynamics, because narcissists are not. And all narcissists eventually are meant to be betrayed and humiliated, because that's part of their deepest soul wounding, is that they've lost themselves. They've lost their sense of self, which is why they usually don't get help. And they become betrayed in their relationships because they need to face that, because they've betrayed others. You know, this like deep fear of losing themselves deep down inside. That's fear of losing yourself. But you have to go inside to get yourself, and the only way you're going to get yourself is by doing all your deep personal process work. Well, let's look at his month. This month of October. This month of October, 2021. I'm thinking I can fit 14. How's it gonna go? The slipperiest cards in the world. Okay, that's 14. Oh, there's the tummy problems, and let's take 2 off the bottom. Yeah, right? Wow, okay. Oh, Mr. Flump. I can just feel this like dread. He's yeah. Major dread going on. Guts, treadmill. Yeah, wow. Looking for his devotees or devoted ones. Waterfall, dust. Okay, 6, 7. I'm going to have to scooch over, which is fine. This will work. In fact, sunken ship and reconstruction. Oh, I didn't need to do it that much. Okay. Oh, I'll just let it go. Home. Smoke. Yeah, he's trying to... Okay. Desert. This is that card that came through and I didn't see it the way you guys had to teach me. Everybody's like, that's a beer bottle. I saw it as Trump, last time I read on him, as his always that stupid thumbs up thing that he did, and always ruined the thumbs up for me. I never use that in my emojis anymore. I will, I like things all the time, and I don't know if that makes it give it a thumbs up, but whatever. I will never use that emoji anymore. He ruined it. I should never say never. Anyway, maybe I will someday. Maybe I'll use it again. Anyway, here's his theme. Waterfall and desert. I think his devoted ones are going to be just moving quickly down away from him to the desert. They're going to be looking for a new master, I think, because this night's up here to the dust. It's like, it's just dust. Dust. His October has to do with his guts going around and around and around and around. And this is the home to me is in this deck and in any deck. It's going to be, to me, I'm just always going to Lenormanderize it. I just made up a word. So we're talking body and soul. And we all know that, the health of our bodies and our soul has to do with our gut health. Well, things are not good in that department for him. He's going to want to have control. He's going to want to master his devoted ones, but he's not up here, If it were the other way around, if the master card came up here, I would say, oh, he's still got some control going over, his devoted ones, his devotees. But no, because they're up here. They're up here looking for a new master. They're walking the desert to find new, someone new to attach to, because I think they're falling apart. They're walking away. They're on a treadmill to find something else. Wow. His guts are mastering him. You know how he has that predominance in his astrological chart of air and fire, and that's why he's just always talking a lot of, he's just a bag of hot air. He's just always blathering. There's that bloviating bag of hot air. We've got it right here. His October, he's going to need to master what he says to his devoted ones, because they're going to they're going to evaporate into thin air. This could also be because, again, we're starting here with something really important. And, if his guts are under construction in this body and soul area, what do we have here, man? We've got a sunken ship and a drunken sailor. I get the feeling that this has to do with drugs and alcohol. Look at the vomit. Lost in the desert, trying to... Oh, yeah, that's right. Remember these two cards on the bottom? The weirdo and the self. Well, the weirdo's not really such a bad card because we all have our unique gifts, and that's the way I see the weirdo card. But he's never found his real self. He never has. He attached his real self... he attached his self-image onto... just blatant materialism. It's all he lives by his second chakra, like third and second, and his heart isn't open, so it can't really get up into the integral, the place where you have integrity in your fifth chakra. And he might have used to have some psychic abilities, but I don't know. I only say that because he has Pluto in the 12th. But that's, I don't know. I'm going to let that go. I'm feeling, so right in here, I feel like, what's this? Waterfall of dust and alcohol. We know that there's just so many people with reports of him having a addiction to snorting Adderall. And of course, if you do that for too long, of course, any type of like stimulant and any cocaine, all that stuff, and amphetamines, they ruin your guts. And if he's still doing it, and I used to always get colon problems with him, I always thought it was either going to be a colon issue or a stroke. with him. And of course, heart issue. But this is just October. I'm seeing drugs and alcohol. I'm seeing that his soul is sinking to the bottom. And, this, he can't find heaven until he goes through this place where he needs to ground into what he's done this lifetime and make amends. I don't see him doing it this lifetime. But his, and this is just kind of weird, and I don't know if you guys will like me saying this or not, but I have to say it. I feel like his, like we all have angels and guides. We all have, whether we connect with them or not, they're all there. But I feel like whoever he has left, because they have to stand back and wait for our free will. And if he hasn't called them in yet, maybe he's having such intestinal problems that he is on his knees in his come to Jesus moment, right? Because if we, Jesus walked the desert, and and Jesus is like a master way shower for how to, whether or not I'm taking religion out of this, because I've studied enough theology to know that there was no part of any Bible ever written until at least 70 years after his crucifixion. So, and I don't think that people live to be 100 years old, so whoever, I don't truly associate the Bible with Jesus, with my personal connection to Christ and Christ consciousness. But I do see him on a personal level. I see him as like a master way shower for how to heal your ego, how to devote yourself to love. And so he may be having this month, because of the isolation, because of the brutal betrayal he's going to be going through, whether or not we know about it, because this all could happen behind the scenes. I think he might be hitting his knees, and then in between that, also using drugs and alcohol to self-medicate. And then the reason it's like, oh, gotta look at this. The reason that came through is because of this card here at the end, as this answer card, and this house under construction. I feel like the vehicle, the ship of his own body, is gone. It's destroyed. It's gone. And so I feel like his guides, his guardian angels, especially his guardian angels, will not allow him to, because this is true for all of us, this is true for any human being, they will not allow us to destroy our spirit. Yeah, we can destroy our bodies, and then we will die, and that's the end of that, right? I mean, that's the end of that grounded experience in life on planet Earth. And then we leave, we leave planet Earth, go to some other realm, the true realm that we were created from. Not all of us can go back there. I'm sure a lot of facets of our personality and soul, and I'm sure it goes to different levels of the astral plane for healing, but the pure spark of who we truly are goes back. And then we have to have, another lifetime to try and get this. So for October, for him, I feel like this is him on his knees, and he's also losing his devoted ones. But I feel like this is a lot about him right here. Wow. Wowee. Well, that's all I have. Okay, thanks you guys for hanging in there with me. Hope everyone's doing well. Take good care. Be back later. Bye.